While we are about to be 5 weeks into an already crazy NFL season, there's been a lot going on in college football as well. This past weekend, we saw some big matchups between legendary programs go head to head. The sixth-ranked Oregon Ducks defeated Penn State on the road in overtime, 30-24. Ole Miss protected home field and defeated the LSU Tigers 24-19. And, well, we're going to skip the last one. Which of these now, and last but not least, the Alabama Crimson Tide once again defeated the Georgia Bulldogs, this time on the road, in an ugly game, 24-21. Which of these upsets stood out to you the most, and which team's loss concerns you most as we move forward this season?
For me, it's obviously the Alabama game. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, and I meant to go back and rewatch it. I hadn't had a chance to, but watching, the highlights and watching what we saw of Alabama early in the season, especially like in that Florida State game, and the fact that we thought that that team was lost and had no direction, to come in and be the Georgia program coached by Kirby Smart is tremendous, whereas nobody gave him a chance. I know I didn't, but the parts I saw, once again, I'm honest, I ain't watched the whole thing, but the parts I saw, they looked really, really good. And, some key coaching errors were made, and it was not made by what's his name? It was made by Kirby Smart.
DeBoer.
He was coaching for his job.
I agree with you in terms of that being the one that I didn't expect at all. But when again, history repeats itself. When you look at the coaching history, the coaching record of Kirby Smart, I want to say he has just a handful of losses. It's like 20 losses or less in his entire time at UGA, and like more than half of those came to Alabama.
That's crazy.
So it's deeper than football. You know what I'm saying? At this point, especially with these two squads and where they are this current season. So I wasn't expecting that. My money wasn't on Alabama at all to lose to UGA. And the second part of the question, Ken, who am I worried about the most? Honestly, it's Penn State. I'm worried about Penn State the most because they have, an NFL QB per scouts. Drew Aller should be an NFL quarterback. He should be taken in the draft. They got talent everywhere. And to lose at home, and I understand, Oregon is nice. And I like their quarterback, Dante Moore. But at home, I don't know. Good question mark.
I think that Georgia has the yips against Alabama. They've been able to dominate everybody. They've been able to do things. They got rosters is better than everybody. They roster shit is better than Alabama, which people would thought was unfathomable from the previous years that we've been looking at college football. But they just have this thing where they cannot beat Alabama. And I do agree with FIFO's point. Like, Alabama's coach was coaching his job. So he came in with everything. And I'm not concerned, though, that Georgia lost this game. It's just an Alabama thing, similar to Lamar against the Chiefs thing. Like, it's a thing that they have to get over, but it don't take away from them being as dominant once they get outside of that game. So I'm not worried about that, though it was surprising that Alabama beat them. What I'm worried about is James Franklin. James Franklin being the coach of Penn State, and I think he's won and whatever against top-ranked teams. He never wins the big game. Penn State, if you think about it from the last 4 or 5 years, or however long he's been there, you see them on the big games, on ABC, being talked about on College Game Day, and that being the main pick. And Penn State never wins. So there has to start being a conversation as to what Nick says about James Franklin and him being the head coach of Penn State, because he just can't win big games. And they got the talent to do that.
I mean, shit, y'all talking about y'all burying the lead, as they say, Ken. This is about Bama winning. Number 10 in the nation right now. You know what I'm saying? That Georgia Bulldog bullshit, they get that the fuck out of here. They was number 5 for no reason because they couldn't score for shit. Bama gave them plenty of opportunities to get back in that game, Lou. Yeah. I don't know if you watched the show. The highlights don't do it justice. The game looks close, but really it was anybody's game. It was more so, I was more surprised and impressed by DeBoer's offensive play calling, where they had that fat ass offensive lineman, that screen pass to him, like, bro, come on, like that's like he's pulling out all. You could tell he wanted that win, and Georgia just thought. I think Georgia just got kind of just sat back and thought they were just going to win off of Tyler alone.
Yeah,
but Ty Simpson was like I told you, bro, Lou. He came out there throwing the ball like old school, Bart Simpson, Gucci Mane chain. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying. That's the Bart Simpson that I'm about to call it that. He made Ryan Williams goofy ass drop a easy touch. Like he was dropping, like he had some. This score could have been bigger than what it is. Because they had there was some drops by Alabama that I was like shocked by.
Facts. I ain't gonna hold you since we're a black show. We can say this. Georgia need a black quarterback. All these quarterbacks that come through Georgia, and they having Carson Beck and this dude is playing quarterback now. Like they ain't had a black quarterback since DJ Shockley. Like and now I think that was 10 to 15 years ago.
They had one.
There's no excuse.
They were never.
No, they did not. DJ.
They didn't let him play though.
Black quarterback. That started.
It's very rare.
There's no
very rare, bro.
There's no excuse for a team that's as talented as the Georgia Bulldogs and being in Georgia, being able to recruit here, that they got people like Carson Beck and this dude who playing quarterback now. They had Fields, he left because they wouldn't let him play. Like that, Georgia got to do a better job at getting a more athletic quarterback to be able to compete in the SEC.
We've seen this story from James Franklin before. We've seen the story from Georgia before when it comes to Alabama. And we've seen this story before with Brian Kelly. We've seen all of these happen in various situations. But for me, it's Georgia, man. It didn't surprise me that they lost. I think that Alabama had more to play for. I don't think they particularly care for Georgia that way. But the fact of the matter is, if you're the head coach of Georgia, like, you can't lose against this team that look fairly weak. You got to put them boys out at home on top of that. But they haven't been as dominant all year anyway. So this doesn't surprise me. The quarterback is average, but they've been getting away with average quarterbacks. So will it ultimately hurt them at the end? It remains to be seen, but it could. I think it did a lot for Alabama, and they still have a hell of a schedule to, left, but so does everybody else that's in the SEC for the most part. But yeah, man, I think Georgia is going to mess around and miss a golden opportunity to take advantage of the talent that they have and pretty much an open field when it comes to winning titles, national championships. And Saban's gone. Like, it's wide open right now. It's there for the taking. And this guy at Alabama, he's a sorry ass coach.
All right, don't do that, Ken. You can't say he's a sorry ass coach when he beat the top 5 team in the nation. Like, on the road at that. Come on, bro.
They finna run him out.
They were about to.
Listen. This is what I'm saying. Give me this season.
No,
I got faith in him.
Bro, this is Alabama. They're not going to give him this season. They're going to lose to Vanderbilt this week.
They were already trying to fire him, Lou.
That's what I'm asking.
I don't know what Nick talking about. Give me this, bro. This is Alabama. Ain't no give me this season.
I give you the game. He still has to coach the rest of the season, so we got to give him the season anyway. My thing is the slate. The next 7 games they got is damn near all ranked teams. So
he play Alabama. They play Vanderbilt this week and
First of all, fuck Vanderbilt, nigga. That was an outlier last season, nigga. Don't act like Vanderbilt is a powerhouse that we got to worry about.
Vanderbilt is ranked this year. They weren't last season. They're a good football team this year,
bro. You sound like them niggas. You sound like them niggas like this hyping up Georgia Tech, like y'all some real bone crushers, nigga. They ranked first time in 30 years.
I'm saying Vanderbilt. I'm saying Vanderbilt beat them last season when they weren't good. They got another season under this coach, and they're better. Good, and they're better this season. They should beat them. They could beat them this season too. That ain't crazy.
They're better this season than they were last season, bro. I'm telling you that right now.
Who?
Alabama.
You talking about Alabama? I'm talking about Vanderbilt. They better.
I'm telling you.
Okay, that's fine. And Vanderbilt is better this season than they were last season as well, and they beat Alabama last year.
And I'm gonna tell you this: we're gonna come back to this. We're gonna come back to this topic next week, and I'm gonna cuss your ass out for saying this goofy ass shit that you saying today.
Did you say Bama better this year than last year?
Yes.
They not.
Bama
No.
is better this year than they were last year.
I
And
thought
it's-
Milroe was your guy.
and
You
it- and
love
it's- and
Milroe.
it-
You often say
Yeah,
you
I thought
love
Milroe was
Milroe.
your guy. You like Ty Simpson better than
I
Milroe?
didn't. This ain't got nothing to do with a quarterback situation. It's a team situation. They're hungrier this year. They ain't shit sweet. All that sweet shit got knocked out of them last season. This season they got something. That's why they faced Georgia the way they did. You know what I'm
Do
saying?
you want to bet on this Vanderbilt Alabama game? How many points you give me for a bottle?
I ain't giving you no goddamn points. It's straight up, nigga. We ain't doing that shit, nigga. You ain't talking to
Spreads
Shelton. You
exist
talking
for
to
a
Nick.
reason.
Nah,
Spreads
bro.
exist for a reason. Give me the spread.
FIFO,
Give me
he
the
was
spread.
he was talking cash shit talking about Vanderbilt better than they were last year, and they beat
Hey,
Bama
man.
too. Then go
I
up
gotta
and
take
go
all my
straight up.
advantages. Give me the spread.
Fuck all that.
If you give
I
me
ain't
the spread, I'll
I ain't
take the
give you
bet.
shit.
We can move on then.
All right, we'll be back after this quick